What's going on, everyone? It's the L7C here, getting ready for the next live stream of Dragon Ball Super. Continuing the Thanksgiving trend of doing the podcast live. So now we are going to be doing, like I said, Dragon Ball Super. We're just waiting for the Dragon Ball expert to pop in here. And while we wait, let's just take it easy and wait. And this is the third live podcast that we have done, 3 in 2 days, which is pretty crazy. So we are just waiting. Yes, sir, the captain. Just waiting on the Dragon Ball expert. Hopefully, he said he'll be on in a couple minutes. Just getting back. So we're just gonna take our time there. I'm gonna share screen. But yep, just be patient, everyone. Be patient. And we'll get this going. One moment, everybody. All right, back in here. He's just downloading Zoom. He did get a new computer, so still waiting on that. But we are going to be talking some Dragon Ball Super Chapter 99 that came out on the 20th, 2 days ago. So we're going to be talking about that. This is really going to be the end of the Dragon Ball Super superhero retelling, and then manga chapter 100 to end the year, December 20th. We'll have new stuff. But again, just waiting for the Dragon Ball expert. All right, he's in the waiting room. I'm gonna get him in the waiting room real quick.
Oh, so I'm gonna do the intro this go around,
I
or
mean, dude, I have to wait for you to come. So technically, I've already done the whole intro and told everyone we were just waiting for you to be on. But the Dragon Ball expert has joined
wonder,
us.
wonder if I can say it just like you know, just like
Well, you can go ahead. I
welcome,
mean,
welcome everyone to the L7C podcast.
is that the one you want to do, or because we are currently live, so you
No,
get
I was
multiple
just mimic.
takes. So go
I,
ahead,
was-
go
I
ahead.
was just, I was just mimicking you.
Oh
You know,
well,
it's pretty standard practice. You know, you got your intro, you got your mojo, and you know, you're the pro, man.
I
Call me the expert. You're the professional.
I guess so. Yes, this is the third live podcast this week. Second one today, for the Thanksgiving week, so that we can get these out to you guys as quickly as possible. So doing this live, it's the last live one of the week, last podcast of the week. It is the Dragon Ball podcast, Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 99 with the Dragon Ball expert Mitch Oso. How are you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just got back from Florida, so you know, just flew in, and the first order of business was getting on the podcast, man. Pretty
And
good.
I think, yeah, we haven't done just a live chapter review. And I guess the beauty of doing this live chapter review is, since I'm sharing my screen with you with the chapter, the people on YouTube as well will be able to see the chapter with us.
Sounds like a good plan then. So I got it. I have the chapter on my phone here, so I'll just as you progress through, and we'll just we'll just go along here. So, alrighty, chapter 99. Full disclosure, everyone. I've only wrote or road. I can't get the words out of my mouth. I've only read this chapter once, again, since I was in Florida. So, do a little double tap here and make sure that we cover our bases. But chapter 99, Son Gohan's Ultimate Awakening. Um, and it starts off here with a battle between Cell Max and Piccolo. And Piccolo has a plan, of course, of getting Gohan to start powering up to deliver the finishing blow to Cell Max, and well, we see a little bit of fighting here between Cell and Piccolo, and Piccolo just kind of getting stomped in his big uh orange form here, and so we get a good couple panels. Nothing that we didn't see really different. Cell still doesn't have his left arm. Um, he just like in the movie didn't regenerate it. Obviously, maybe he just doesn't know that he should have that capability or um, whatnot. So, moving on to the next page, just just a little bit more fighting, 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 and I'm gonna have to. I know it's alive. It's very live, but that's basically what goes on here for a little bit. It's just Piccolo and Cell Max just keep decking it out, and um, just trying to go through here where some of the storylines get told here. We might get a remark from Krillin saying that Piccolo is basically on his he's on his last little bit there, and that Gohan's just going to keep powering up, and we get a little bit of fat Gotenks involved here, and all the Z fighters decide that they're going to try to assist Piccolo, and Fat Gotenks gets he gets smacked around a little bit. Krillin and 18, they chime in. They get smacked around. We get Gamma 1 trying to assist. He tries to shoot a big old blast. However, he gets snuck up on by Cell, and he gets, well, just like everyone else, he gets smacked down to the dirt. And Gohan is watching everyone, just get beat up, just reminiscent of the Z saga with Cell, and he just watched all of his friends just get beat up and unable to do anything against Cell, and in this case, Cell Max. And Piccolo thinks to himself that he's got to figure out how to slow down Cell Max. Get a pretty good illustration here on on this page of Piccolo catching
Hmm.
um, Cell's kick to his abdomen there, and also catches his tail and smacks him in the face with it. So good illustrations all around, and doesn't do really much to Cell because all he does on the next panel here is just blast the shit out of Piccolo's arm. So now Cell doesn't have his left arm, and now Piccolo doesn't have his left arm, and they just continue on fighting, and uh, Gohan just makes a remark that Piccolo doesn't have too much longer to last, and Piccolo tells him to figure it out and get back, and no matter what happens to him, just keep on trucking, keep on focusing. So a little more so Max and Gohan fight. Um, a little bit of dialogue from Pan that's kind of irrelevant, just Piccolo getting smacked. And now we're getting to the point where Piccolo gets he gets smacked back up in the air just like how it was in the movie. And this is if anyone knows what is about to happen, this is what the turning point is. And um, so as Piccolo gets smacked up, he gets shot with a huge energy beam, and we see Gamma 1 going up to try to intercept it, and then giant explosion. And Gohan, thinking that Piccolo has died, and begins his Beast Gohan transformation, where he snaps, reminiscent of the Z saga again. And here comes his transformation, and as the dust settles, we see Gohan's extremely long, spiky hair, his Beast Gohan form, and
They
well,
they did draw. They drew this really well though.
oh, tons. tons of electricity, just reminiscent of when Gohan first went Super Saiyan 2, and it's it looks real good. It looks really, really good. So it can never really bash Toritaro with when he puts pen to paper. He makes it look real good, and as we can see here, Cell is clearly outmatched already. Tries to punch Gohan and doesn't even make him budge, and just Cell's just going to get his ass kicked right now. So, um, the great scene from the movie, they put in the panel here of Gohan just kicking the abdomen of Cell Max and just blast him away. No Android 17 spewing out of Cell's guts this go around though. Gohan then realizes um, that Gamma 1 was able to use his, energy shield technique to protect Piccolo.
Which that was
And
different. That wasn't in the movie, if I remember.
no, no, I think, yeah, in the movie that didn't happen. I don't, I'm trying to remember if Piccolo actually did take a giant blast. I remember him going up in the air and then just getting pulverized by Cell, and then the transformation occurred.
Yeah, because I remember Selmax like holding Piccolo in one hand when he came down to the ground.
Yeah. You know, so a little bit of a difference there. Not exactly sure why they wanted Gamma One to save Piccolo, but hey, uh, Gamma One will probably never be seen again after this arc because that's just how it is. Just got to give him as much story time as he can because that's all he ever will get. He'll be a servant, probably serving lemonade to the briefs. So
Yeah, I was gonna say he's supposed to
yep,
be a bodyguard to Bulma
yep.
them, so probably not far off.
Yep, but then power scaling will occur, and he'll be just as strong as the Cybermen probably because everyone in the next saga is a billion times stronger than everyone now. So just how it is. Okay, whatever. Get Cell Max just trying to create his universal spirit bomb or negative whatever Omega Shenron created. All that negative energy. Regardless, that's just a joke. That's a GT reference for all the viewers who have not watched GT. Do it. You will appreciate it a little bit more. And he's gearing up to throw his giant energy beam down at Gohan and Piccolo. He gets back up and tries to assist in holding Cell in place. Cell realizes that Gohan is now charging a special beam cannon and that he has no chance for survival. So he tries to bail, and Piccolo doesn't allow him, and this is where then we get some other people assisting. I don't, I also don't recall this part.
Yeah,
I
this
may,
is new.
this is new. Okay. So, different from the movie is that while Cell is trying to fly away with his wings and not his energy, I guess, um, Gamma 1 and Krillin come in to destroy his wings and cut him off to well, assist in getting him held in place. And um, 18, also assisting on this other panel. And yeah, Piccolo now in the role of what Goku was against Raditz, holding Cell in place, and then we get the wind up here, and chapter ends. So as we've been saying, I don't think we're not kind of E equals MC square kind of like predictions and science and all that stuff here, but yeah, next month, chapter 100 will be the end of this chapter. Cell Max will get special beam cannon right through his head. Spoiler alert. Um, Probably in the first 10 pages, and then we'll wind down for the new year. So
Yeah, I mean we've been saying it since almost like chapter 89, 90 that this is probably gonna because 100 is gonna end the year that they're gonna do something special with 100. They already said that one's gonna be like in color the first couple pages, and
yeah,
this arc is gonna end like you said the first couple pages of that, and then we don't know what's happening in the rest of 100. So we got that right. That they're ending it off on 100.
Yeah. So, then, yeah, we'll start the new year. I would think that we're going to get, a new manga coming. But, it's interesting to think that, when Daima comes next year,
Hmm.
we'll probably be in the middle of a manga arc, you
Yeah,
know? These things last way more than 12 months each one, so it'll be
yeah. And these past couple ones, like when one of the mangas end, they show like a little teaser or whatnot of what's to come, like of a character, like oh who is that, like type thing. So I really don't know what they're gonna do to end chapter 100. Like we're finally gonna have to like start asking questions of what the next arc is gonna be.
would it be a real bummer if all they did was just end it on the Goku Vegeta fight, like the very tail end, just like they did in the movie? Like, if they don't show Black Frieza or like some sort of foreshadowing of what's to come, do you think that'd be a bummer, or will it just ultimately depend on what happens in January?
I think it's gonna ultimately depend on what happens in January because once 2024 starts, they're gonna have, like you said, Daima's coming out in 2024. It's confirmed. Obviously, me and you were movie fans, we're MCU fans. We know that things can be confirmed and then something happens and they get delayed because of production. But currently, Daima's confirmed for 2024, so the hype to build that up. I think that they're going to start off with something new, new manga, new show, and then maybe they do everything new, new game, like announcement,
Yeah.
maybe. And then also 2024 is the 40th year anniversary, so
Yeah.
because we just had 39, it just passed like a day or so ago. So Mitch, again, that's happy 39-year anniversary to Dragon Ball, still dominating.
It's wild, man. It's hard to believe that there's, you know, I'm trying to think of a like television show. Now, granted, there's some years off in between it, but like I'm trying to think of shows that have that kind of like longevity. I mean, you're talking like, The Simpsons still keeps pumping out. Uh, Whenever I think of other shows, I think of like like kind of stuff, like WWE. Like I almost think WWE is cheating, but I mean, it still counts. I mean, like, but then I start thinking of like game shows, like Price is Right or like whenever it comes to longevity or like, Alex Trebek and like Jeopardy. But like, it's impressive. 40 years of
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, 40 years since Dragon Ball started, and then Dragon Ball Z, and then obviously GT, and then there's a 10-year break, then Super, and all
Do
the
you think
all the games coming out, and Byron in the YouTube comments talking about obviously Captain the L7C talking about he just wants the Tenkaichi 4 news in January. That's what he wants. And
keep
just
praying,
for
man. Keep praying.
I mean just for that comment alone, Mitch, I think that shows like there's different Dragon Ball fans.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of Dragon Ball fans who that's true. They don't care about the manga or the anime. They want the video game. And then there's the people who have never read the manga who keep asking people like me and you, like, man, when's Super coming back? When's Super coming back? And then there's
That's
people like us who've read the mangas like Super hasn't left. The manga's still going. We're the ones waiting for this to be animated. So you guys stop asking us when Super's coming back.
that's the thing too to think about with some of the viewers is that they're how they know the Dragon Ball universe is through video games. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
some people that have never read or watched like Dragon Ball or even Z for that matter. I think a lot of people our age and a little bit older definitely have watched Z because that's what we grew up, but like the younger generation, unless their parents own like the DVDs or They've spent countless hours trying to piece together things on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
or they have like a Funimation or a Crunchyroll subscription. Like, if they're not playing the video games, they they don't know what all happened in Z or whatnot, and not until DBZ Kakarot or Dragon Ball Kakarot started introducing storylines from Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people didn't even know about the Red Ribbon Army, and here we are talking about it in this arc. So it's like it's yeah, the video games are just the basis, the foundation for some people's fandom
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
series. So
And then each different video game in the Dragon Ball sphere right now hits a different type of video gamer. Like Dragon Ball Fighters is for competitive gamers. Like this is a game that goes on Evo. Like people who play Tekken and Mortal Kombat competitively, they play that game because it's the same type of style. But again, like they might go, yeah, I like Dragon Ball stuff, but they're in it for the competitiveness of that game. And like Kakarot, you basically
that's
get a retelling of the story. Xenoverse
that,
2, you're making your own character.
that's the thing with Fighter Z or like Xenoverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like those stories kind of follow what has happened, but because there's time, or time travel for Xenoverse.
Mm-hmm.
There's the spiritual cross of you as a player using the bodies of the fighters,
Mm-hmm.
and that whole shenanigans. Like those are those are set in their own universes. They kind of follow the main story and how everything works, but other than that, they deviate. So yeah, if you're not playing Kakarot, if you're not playing old school like Budokai, or like the Tenkaichi series, yeah, you're just waiting for the next one to come
But
out.
it's crazy too how some of the stuff in the video games have been coinciding with each other. All different games, but coinciding with each other, and have infiltrated the main story manga and thing. Because Android 21, her debut was in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yep.
None of us knew. When me and you watched, we had no idea who that woman is. Lord and behold, in the game, they're like, that was who Dr. Gero, when he was a human, was married to, and that's who, when Android 16 was a human, that's his mom. And then we're like, oh, that's just going to be the game thing. They transfer that woman to Kakarot. They made it official in the manga, in the movie. Like, that type of tie-in is crazy.
Yep. Yeah, the I'm trying to think if that is the first, or maybe the only, first time in which the video games have, made their way actually into the manga, made
Mm-hmm.
something canon in the manga. Um, yeah, I can't think of something that reverse. I mean, the closest thing that you can think of, is like how they like retconned Broly,
Yeah.
but that was from a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then, well, yeah, but
Speaking of Barley, we're probably going to see him in the next chapter. Maybe that'll be the last thing. Him crying about how great
yeah,
the Goku and Vegeta fight was. If I even, because they didn't even show that fight ever again since the once they got to Earth.
I need to see some Broly, man. I need I need to see Black Frieza and Broly go at it, because I need Frieza to whoop his ass for an hour. Like, just for payback.
I don't think it. I think if Broly gets punched by Frieza, he might die.
Maybe.
Because I don't. Man, he punched Ultra Instinct in the chest, man. Like,
That he did. And Ultra Ego.
yeah, they got knocked out of the forms. Like, I don't know if I don't know, but I do. Do you want that to be next, Black Frieza, or do you want to try and finally get some multi-universal stuff that we've all thought would happen before Black Frieza?
I think I um if Frieza is causing mayhem, like in universe, no, it has to be Black Frieza. This man cannot be. He cannot be so gosh damn strong and then just be sitting around doing nothing, like not causing any problems. Like
What if he's trading right now? They are so screwed.
it just Frieza's always wanted to cause problems, especially whenever he's the strongest. So it's like if he's causing mayhem in Universe 7, then absolutely like this next arc has to be the death of Frieza. But like maybe what would be cool is if, Frieza actually went to other universes. Like,
Yeah.
he found a way to traverse them and then he's trying to take over the multiverse because we've kind of always have had Frieza trying to conquer, you know, Universe 7. We need to up the stakes.
I think that would be really cool too, because then if Frieza's taken over other universes, then the other universes are getting pissy at Universe 7, especially Lord Beerus,
Yep.
saying this was your problem in your universe. Now you let him get all this strong. Now he's taking over other universes. You need to come take care of this too. So then Beerus might have to actually fight.
Yep. Unless we see, like a Jiren, like Frieza rematch.
Oh, so he's gonna go through the hit list of just going through all the
Yeah. Yeah,
people.
his revenge tour, everyone who embarrassed him.
Oh,
I
whoa.
mean, I,
Mitch, you got someone trying to pop into your thing.
uh-oh.
Hold on, you got a special guest coming in. They are joining. Let's see if they click in or not. But you got someone trying to hijack the live stream.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's see it.
And look who's hijacking.
Jesus Christ. The guy.
Everyone to the L7C Dragon Ball podcast. My name is Jacob Mason. I'm here to hop in to help Mitch Ozo get some views because he's getting that ass beat in the ratings
Oh
war.
my god.
Jeez. Haven't spoke to this guy more than one time in like 4 months, and now he wants to make an appearance.
I just called you the other day to be like, hey man, here's some like free bets. And you're like, I already lost them. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
Yep. Yep. Freaking ridiculous. Gambling sucks, man, but I love it.
So Dragon Ball, Mitch, why you tell me about it?
Oh
As he
man.
comes in at the tail.
Let me just repeat everything that we've said.
No, no.
45. Nah.
Jacob, we were reviewing the last chapter, which was adapting the Dragon Ball superhero movie that you and your wife saw.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You know, Mitch, do you know what it's like to go Super Saiyan?
Yeah, man. Whenever next year comes along and I bounce back and completely destroy you in the ratings, that'd be kind of equivalent to.
I mean, because consider me like, I don't know, like Frieza or Cell. Just absolutely beating that ass when it comes to the ratings here. And I'm just hoping you come back like a Super Saiyan because, come back more powerful the closer you get to death. I read the handbook.
Okay, Jacob, I see you.
Jacob, you're the closest thing to Dodoria in this entire universe.
That's still disrespectful.
Listen, that's okay. That's okay. It's all right, Sore losers, Some of us can't lose in pride, It's all right, man. Hey, I'm here. I figure for every view you get on this podcast, I should get at least half a view.
What?
To add to my tally of total because I'm here helping you out. You're welcome.
Jacob, you need to I think your tally needs to be cut in half because everyone in the city of Chicago should never count. Like you got a whole bunch of CM Punk worshippers just,
Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is basically a teaser for the end of the year podcast at this point. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if we're not going to count the listeners of Chicago, the CM Punk faithful, well then I feel like I should get 20 views per Saudi Arabia view we get. Because I literally just talk shit the whole time about them, and they still listen.
So Jacob, I do have a question though, because you're right. This is teasing the end of year podcast, the best podcast of the year next month. What are you gonna do if you actually lose?
Yeah, I'll take my loss right on the chin. You know, I'll say Mitch was a better man.
Okay, I'll just.
You know,
I'll be shocked.
It wouldn't be the first time I've lost to Mitch. You know, and if I'm going to lose to somebody, I have no problem losing to Mitch. You know, me and Mitch grew up together, we're like besties. You know, I got no problem with it. Mitch beats me, more power to him.
Okay.
But I'm a nice guy, and we all know that ain't gonna fucking happen.
I'm glad you're a bigger man than me, because I can't, man. Fucking losing to you is the worst thing ever. I would rather drink bleach.
Jesus.
Nah, I'm joking.
What's going to be great is if, let's say if, this is all hypothetical, because you never know, you can make a hell of a comeback, you know. Dragon Ball had all that stuff, you know, they're going back to everyone's going to be a kid now or something like that.
Oh, God, yeah. Next year.
But let's say you make epic come from behind victory. You know, I would just be happy for you, buddy.
Jacob, do you think you're going to have more episodes in the top 10 of this year than Mitch?
I don't know.
Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, yes. This has been such a struggle retelling this movie.
I don't know. But, yeah, it's a possibility, but, you know, anything can happen.
Okay.
You know,
I'm just here for the L7C. I'm just here for the company and to make everyone better, and that's why I'm here.
There you go.
I'll give you some more positivity going into the new year, because I'll tell you this: if Dragon Ball doesn't have a new manga arc coming out with chapter like 101, I mean, Daima's not going to come out until the end of next year. Let's say it comes out in October. That's the first 9 months that I won't have anything good to talk about. So, I mean, you might win 2 straight years, man.
Oof, that's
The truth of the matter is, if I beat you, Mitch, at that point, I just don't even see a reason to keep the contest going, because I've already won. I've established my dominance. So I don't see what
talking about. I ran this train for 3 years, man. Freaking John Harbaugh over here.
Brother. I will say that the new 101, chapter 101 needs to be new stuff for Mitch, because, I mean, as soon as the year starts for Jacob, he's in Royal Rumble mode, then WrestleMania, then SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're right off the rip, we're in busy season. New Year comes, we're in busy season. We're on the wrestling side, you know. We don't take things slow like the Dragon Ball side. We just don't power up when things get slow. We just do roster reports and just keep it going. We just don't complain. We just make things happen.
Yeah, fucking season pass. You guys got Fortnite, man. Just freaking just roster up.
Oh, man.
But
who knows? Jacob, next Tuesday, though, might be Mitch's most popular episode of all time, depending on what happens with the Ohio State-Michigan game, because he's going to come onto the football one next week and either issue an apology or go off on Ohio State.
Yeah. Wait. What? First off, what the hell would you ever apologize for?
Oh, you need to listen to that.
Yeah. I have not shown support for Ohio State head coach Ryan Day the past 2 years, and I ripped into him last year, and if he doesn't win this Saturday, man, it's gonna be hot. But if he wins, and I gotta show up on that podcast next week and issue an apology, because like he beat Michigan, he would have beat Michigan,
and Mitch will be rich.
Yep, and yeah, and I'll be rich.
What's the point spread on the game already?
Like 3.5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3.5 now. It opened at 4.
Yeah.
OSU's an underdog right now.
Yep. So, but yeah, and the I don't know, Jacob, how much you pay attention to college football, but there's a big old scandal with Michigan going on right now due to.
Oh yeah, I've heard all
Yep.
about that.
Yeah, so it's like
Busted for what every other college team has done forever. Like, okay.
yep. Well,
But all
fuck.
right.
Who cares?
Mitch, anything else you want to add on Dragon Ball? I mean, we talk about, again, predictions. We've been right for 9 months that this stuff was going to end on 100, which it will. Dragon Ball Manga Chapter 100 is going to drop December 20th. Anything you want to say before we close shop?
No, just happy Thanksgiving, everyone. You're probably listening to this. If you're not listening to it live, then you probably listen to it. Or do these instantly go up if they're live?
Yeah, it's instantly. Like, we're instantly on YouTube now. So once we end, it'll be on the YouTube. And then what I'll do is what I did for the college football one Tuesday. I'll do it with yours and Jacob. Post them onto like the anchor sites tonight or tomorrow.
Link to our YouTube one that we just
Yeah,
did.
Jacob already posted though. He's not playing games.
By our boss, Mr. Martin, for not posting my shit.
Hey man, I'm just trying to help you out because when it comes to the end of the year, when I make the cutoff, like this day is the last day I'm counting people's stuff, and I do you and Mitch. It's like, hey, you got to make sure you get your views where you can.
Yeah, well, like, listen, it's like golf. Mitch has a handicap going into this. I'm trying to help him out.
Oh my god! Wow.
Just having a club is my handicap.
Oh my god!
Yeah, guys. For my prediction with Dragon Ball, I bet if I was a betting man, which I am, I would guess that there's probably going to be a new power level. Probably be my guess.
That's actually not a bad guess.
Well, that's also like negative 3,000. This is what we do.
I bet Goku, just forgets he has a son.
What? Yes.
That happens.
I start to wonder if Gohan's new transformation here is just his attempt at Super Saiyan 3 because it's just his hair is ridiculously long for no reason.
You could say the same about Vegeta's when his attempt because he has no eyebrows.
Yep.
But with that being said, Mitch, it's actually great you said Happy Thanksgiving because I don't think we said that on either of the previous 2 pods. So I hope everyone has a Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Can't wait to get these 2 on the end of year podcast with everyone else because obviously these 2 are going against each other, but everyone else is going against them too, trying to be number 1. Little teaser for who's going to have the number 1 pod next when we come back in December as a group. Cannot wait for that.
Sounds good. Well, enjoy the night, everyone, and